Asian American. For most of my life, my identity has been anchored to these two words that place me at the convergence of two strong and vibrant cultures I was happy to call my own. But we're in a little bit of a national soul-searching trend right now, so I'll jump on the bandwagon and ask, what does it mean to be Asian American? I realized I didn't have an easy answer, so I spent several months thinking on this question, dancing around stories I did not want to remember and topics I did not want to talk about. When I was in second grade, one of my best friends sat me down on the playground during recess and told me, "Can I ask you something?" Thinking back, this was probably my first real breakup because she followed it up with, "My mom says we can't be friends anymore." I asked her why, and she said, "Because you're Chinese." I went home crying that day, and my mom explained to me how two Chinese and American military planes had collided midair. That week, despite beginning each morning with, "I pledge allegiance to the flag," my classmates saw me as not American, and I could not erase their association of me, an 8-year-old girl, with the scary geopolitics that permeated the news. For the first time in my life, I felt a wall thrown up over that hyphen between Asian and American. A week later, the situation de-escalated, my classmates forgot this whole thing, and we all went back to being friends at recess. But I never actually forgot that nagging feeling, that wall, nor the thought that I was not really Asian American. I was more accurately Asian in America. While I never encountered another situation as brutally or openly discriminatory, in the 16 years that followed, there were always little reminders. When I began debating in high school, someone told me, "You're a good debater for an Asian," as if my debate skills needed to be contextualized by my face instead of what I brought to the debate floor. One of my Chinese friends was told, "Now that I'm meeting you face to face, I do hear a little bit of an accent." She spent her entire life in the US and speaks perfect English. So while rarely malicious in intent, these comments perpetuate society's constant and subtle reminder that we are still seen as foreign. All of this goes head to head with another term closely associated with Asian American identity, model minority. Coined in 1966 at the height of the civil rights movement by sociologist William Peterson, it trotted us out as proof that with hard work, you can be a successful American too. It conveniently ignored crucial factors like equal access to good education, integrated schools, fair justice systems, rights that other minorities were fighting for in courts, schools, diners, and on the streets nationwide. 50 years later, an Asian American reporter for the same newspaper that published the original model minority story is told to go back to his country. That's because model minority is a deceptively beneficial stereotype. While it is kinder than other racial stereotypes and has brought some success academically and professionally, that success is based on a narrowly defined scope based on what society deems to be appropriate for a minority. Quiet, non-confrontational, and respectful of authority. It flattens us, 19 million people across dozens of countries, into one demographic mush. It highlights the few of us that have reached this narrow success while dismissing the others still caught in the minority struggle. Worst of all, with a single stroke, it shuts us up. When we march for social change, when we share our stories, when we ask, where are our actors who are more than just kung fu sidekicks? Where are our chefs who cook more than noodles tossed in soy sauce and sriracha? I don't even like sriracha. Where are our writers, our artists, our leaders? The model minority label hands the rest of America an easy rebuttal. You Asians are doing so well. What do you have to complain about? Because to talk about being Asian American is to navigate this delicate balance of all of these social issues without, quite frankly, pissing anyone off. We are American, but not quite enough, because we still feel foreign in a place that we call home. Some of us have reached academic and professional success, but only on a narrowly limited scope, and with a need to work twice as hard to reach the same endpoint. We are modeled, but only by a white man's socio-politically motivated definition. And therein lies the problem. Since the first boatload of Asian Americans arrived on our country's western shores, where we fit in American society has been defined for us by other people. Our Asian American story is not an easy one to tell, nor is it easy to understand. It is individually and culturally specific. It is convoluted and nuanced, and sometimes even we can't make sense of it. But it needs to be told, and told by us, the Asian Americans. When I look around me, when I look here, I see my neighbors, my colleagues, my friends, my mother, my sister. I see before me a nation of stories waiting to be told. We are here to reclaim our Asian American story, to retire every term from yellow peril to model minority. We are here to define where we fit in our words, in our way, to color this American story. Thank you.